Well, since we're both uploading this video, we should probably both do an intro, right?
I don't want to.
Fine, I'll do your intro as well.
Oh, okay, we're going right now. Jeez, no, that's not what I meant. That's not what I meant. That's not what I. Never mind, I'm doing my own intro.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're here with Raptor, or if you're on Rick's channel, she's here with me, Lynxofpower.
Yes.
And today we're gonna be playing Bed Wars, yes, but that's not the main.
That's not the main meat. That's not the hamburger. That's just the lettuce.
That's just the bun.
That's or that. Okay, that works too.
We're gonna be explaining historical events
while playing solo Bed Wars. No, just kidding. Sorry.
No, not solo.
They are obscure events. Yes.
But they're events that we either don't know about or have forgotten about.
Yep.
Because there's definitely one on Rift's list that I have definitely heard of.
He should know it. I'm interested to see,
I know.
check the other person's video out, because we each have half the content this time, so you'll want to check the other person's out. I'm ready for my event to describe to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So your first event is called the Flower Wars.
The Flower Wars. I've never heard of that before in my life. However...
I had to know this for an 8-page essay.
However, the knowledge has just been magically bestowed upon me.
Oh, okay.
By magical means.
Did you actually? Please don't say you looked this up.
No, of course I didn't look it up. I'm joking. It's a bit, dude. Let me have my joke. Okay, so basically, they were, Britain and France were just going at it again. Around the time of like the Revolutionary War. You know how France stepped in to help the U.S. and that's a big reason that we won against Britain. Yeah, so the reason that they don't talk about much about why there's this inner animosity between Britain and France is that France had these shut up! This 5,000 square mile patch of land, right? It was really important to them. It was really cool, and the reason it was so important is because it had tons of lilies on it. The special thing about these lilies is that a lot of them were multicolored and they didn't grow anywhere else. But the reason that we've never actually seen them is because Britain decided they wanted to be greedy, as Britain often is, and definitely not a biased American. So Britain was like, you know what? We have colonized almost every single place in this entire world. We want France's lilies too. So a singular soldier got really greedy and was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go take one, walked in and immediately got shot because there are lots of people guarding the beautiful lilies, and thus the Flower Wars started. The casualty was exactly one person, that first person that stepped in, because you see, the entire war consisted of trash talking, so there was never actually any battle fought. However, it seems important enough to the French and British that they called it the Flower Wars, but it was really just a bunch of trash talking. Casualty exactly one, and that's the Flower Wars. Do you have any questions?
Really, my only question.
Yeah, I'm ready. What's up?
Do you have a specific insult that they would have used?
An insult. An insult. You want? Well, I mean.
That was quoted.
Well, you see, the thing is, a lot of the stuff that the French said wasn't French. So, well, the thing is, I can't pronounce any French stuff.
I still want to quote.
A big thing that they trash talked each other about was their food, you know? They hated each other's food, yeah, dude. It was... Yeah, they thought it was just, like, weird that you would roll up bread. They completely forgot that they eat scones, but, like, it doesn't really matter. You know the famous joke that's, like, what's black and white and red all over? And the answer's, like, either, like, it's like a newspaper, you know?
Yeah. Well,
we hear it that way because that's what the British wanted us to hear. The real version is one that the French said about the British.
Oh.
It's about food, remember? The French hated English food. And one thing they hated is that it was so heavy with sauce.
Okay.
And that they had such heavy meats.
Okay. Okay.
And so, the real joke that we don't hear anymore because the British tried to get it out of our heads is what's black and white and red all over.
What's white, black, and red all over?
An English steak that's really badly overcooked and ruined more by ketchup and mayonnaise. You see, we don't...
They were not the most graceful at making jokes.
They're not, but I mean, it is translated into English. I'm sure it's smoother in French. Do you have other questions?
That one casualty.
Yeah.
Did he ever... Wait, okay. You said that in this war all the flowers were destroyed, but you said it was mostly crash hunting. How did they all get destroyed?
Well, the problem... Okay, there are two big problems. The first one is that, like, you know, flowers respond to emotions. And they were surrounded by negative emotions. It was so much trash talking that the carbon dioxide that they were eating and intaking, whatever the word would be, was just foul and dirty, and that was bad for them. But the main reason was actually that the guy who died, his blood got into the soil, and that messed stuff up. Anyway, what's the actual flower wars?
So you are not close at all.
Are you sure? I'm pretty certain the magic was really strong. You know?
Weirdly, flowers were like not involved at all. So as you know, the Mayans and Aztecs and stuff did human sacrifice, right?
Yeah. Oh wait, have you told me about this before?
I might have.
I think you've told
me. What the Mayans did is there were them and one of the peoples around them.
Ooh.
They were running out of people to sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
So they made an agreement that on a certain day every year, they would go to war. Like, this was like, legit. They were like, we will have war with each other. And whoever wins gets all the people to sacrifice.
Seriously?
It was It was a peaceful war that caused a lot of death.
Okay, gotcha. Cool, so that's the Flower Wars, watch out.
Okay, so your next one is the Pigeon Project.
The Pigeon Project. So, the Pigeon Project. It was a project. It was created by the one and only Alexander Graham Bell. If people don't know who that is, he is the inventor of the telephone. However, pre-telephone, they were pigeons. He saw pigeons communicating to each other, and then he saw them fly, and he was like, hey, why can't we have mail that flies? Because
why can't we do that?
No. He tried.
You don't have wings, Mr. Bell.
He wanted to get pigeons to send messages to each other. So like think pre-texting, you know, sending messages, or pre-emailing if you're part of older generations. He would write a message on a pre-post-it note piece of paper. He would fold it into sevenths.
Oh, it's sevenths?
Yeah,
Oh,
it was very important. The mass mattered so that the pigeon could carry it, and that he would tie it using only the thinnest red wool from the market to the fattest pigeon he could find. Now, the thing was, it's called the Pigeon Project, and as you know, we don't communicate by pigeons today. And it never really caught on at the time. And the reason that is that he, for some reason, decided to use the fattest pigeons that he found instead of perhaps the fastest or most agile. He thought more mass means you can carry more mass, and while that is true, it could not fly. So whenever he would throw the pigeons with the letters out of his window, you see, he was in a room that was above a tavern, and the owner of the tavern got angry because people find feathers in their drinks all the time. And it always kind of smelled like bird guts. And so he was forced to stop. However, then he had the brilliant idea of trying to make the telephone, and now, you know, that resulted in greatness. But that's the Pigeon Project. Do you have any questions?
How did he have the time to do this before he invented the telephone?
He did not have resources as a teenager to do big, giant projects, so he was trying to think as, like, a 17-year-old. He was trying to figure out what to do. Because obviously, as a 17-year-old, you don't have access to, like, labs and wherever you make telephones.
Okay, so no repercussions, and now we know that he was a terrible sadistic child.
He wasn't sadistic, per se. He just didn't care about the rights of animals. Oh, wait.
Would you like to know what the actual Pigeon Project
I would
was?
love to know what the actual Pigeon Project is.
It was around the time of the World War II, and the thing is they wanted to make missiles that could track people.
Yeah.
So their idea was to have pigeons pilot the missile. And you know what?
Oh
It
no!
worked.
Are you
What they
kidding?
would do is they would have a pigeon peck at a ship on a screen. So they would see the ship because there would be a camera. They would peck at the ship, and then the missile would go that direction.
Oh no.
And the pigeons were trained to do that. And I think the only reason they didn't do it is it took too much resources to train the pigeons.
Dude.
It flipping worked.
What in the world?
Are you ready for the last
I am so ready
story?
for the last story.
This is my favorite moment in history.
Your favorite moment or favorite name of a moment?
No, favorite moment.
Oh, okay.
The Defenestrations of Prague.
Okay, the Defenestrations of Prague. So, the word defenestration, we're gonna break down the word, right? We're just gonna get magical powers. I have no idea what the word means, and I don't hear any roots in it at all. I have no idea. Defenestration is when you invite someone to your house under the guise of being really friendly, and then when they're upstairs, you accidentally shove them over the balcony.
Wait, specifically when you knock someone over the balcony.
I mean, it doesn't have to be a balcony, I guess.
You're just accidentally killing someone.
No, not accidentally kill. You have to like push them.
You
I don't know.
push them to the point of fate of injury.
Let's just say fall damage should be the cause of death. In the 1500s, sure, why not? In Prague. And basically what happened is whenever the noblemen were angry at each other, they would sweetly kind of invite the person they were angry at to their house. And they would say, oh, look at the beautiful sunset, and accidentally, they're a little bit too tipsy, accidentally just shove them off the old balcony. Or out a window. You know, a window works too. If it's like a really giant window, that works too. Just a little shove, you know. The reason this became a well-known event is because these two groups of noblemen, the Defens and the Strations, basically, they kept inviting each other's servants over, and when you mess with the servant, you mess with the master. So,
Okay.
at least at this time, this is in the 1500s, you know, long time ago. And so it turned into just an all-out battle of who could push the most servants out the window. The youngest brother Defens, who was trying to instate himself as ruler of the Defens, meaning lord of the Defens, but he was the youngest, so he had to do something very valorous. I don't know if this is valorous, but something big, in order to become the lord of the Defens. So what he did, he sent a messenger to the Strations. However, he was the messenger. The Lord of the Strations took the messenger, which is actually the youngest brother in line for the Defens, took him upstairs. The youngest brother pushed him out of his own window, dude. And it was crazy. And the craziest part, help me, I'm about to die. After this happened, they decided to just cease all the conflict. And that is why it's not called the Stration Defens, because the Defens won. So it's called the Defenestration. They had to change the name slightly. And therefore, you have the Defenestrations of Prague. Am I correct?
That was so perfect, I don't need to ask questions. Would you like to know what they actually...
Yeah, what does defenestration mean?
To defenestrate someone is to throw them out of a window.
Are you kidding?
Not push them out, but throw them out.
Dude, wait, that's so similar.
Now, the thing is the defenestrations, there were 3 defenestrations of Prague, okay?
Okay.
3 defenestrations.
3.
And the main thing is it was actually Protestants versus Catholics. The Protestants were very unhappy with the Catholics.
Okay.
In anger, would take Catholic lords and throw them out of the window as an execution.
Jeez. Okay.
Now, the third defenestration, which was the final defenestration of Prague, they had a meeting with these people over a document.
Red is coming for us.
Protestants' rights and stuff. Or it was like a big meeting over like these guys who were basically taking away the rights of the Protestants. And there were 4 guys. Now, 2 of the guys, they were like, you guys are too moral. You're too, I think it was pious was the word they used. The Protestant men turned to the crowd and they're like, are we gonna let these guys take away our rights? No. They threw them out of the window 70 feet up. And they survived!
What?
They survived because they fell into cow manure. There must have been a lot of manure.
Honestly, I wasn't horribly far off.
I mean, you really weren't.
I don't know.
Except for the fact that, like, this was all a religious thing.
That's true. I didn't have any religious undertones in my explanation. Guys, that was the video. That was the 3 events. If you did enjoy this video, please leave a like down below and subscribe and turn notifications. If you want to hear more of these and you think that 3 wasn't enough, go to Lynx's channel. When this is first uploaded, his stuff might not be up just yet, but it will be up soon. So watch his channel and watch out for the other part of this video. And
This Friday.
This exact Friday. Now I know. Yeah, that's, if you want us to do more, please let us know. This was really, really fun, and I know what defenestration means now. And that's all I needed out of this day. Guys, have an absolutely safe, blessed day. Peace out.